Hey, gamers. Welcome back to another episode of the Unversed podcast. In recent news, we had a state of play that came out as of today, along with the RGG Summit.
When Danny said he doesn't like how Yakuza 3 is going to look, and I kind of get it, but at the same time, I don't, because I get it because, like, we're changing a bunch of characters. What I don't get is that we kind of have to if it's like a remake. It's a Kiwami. I think Yakuza 3 Kiwami is like the big one on his tongue. So I'm pretty sure he'll have a lot of shit to sling when he comes back about it.
Just judging by the look, my number one thing, because he's not the only one thinking it, is it's weird that when we consider like a remake, right, or like a remaster, whatever, like something that's built ground up, I want to say like the artistic, like, I don't know, like the ideas, all that they can do and like implement as like the directors or producers, designers of people doing the remasters, right? For a lot of the characters that they showed off, like these models, I think the number one thing that bothers me and probably a lot of people is they don't really look one to one.
It's like when they changed Peter Parker and like, yeah, there's like two versions of Peter Parker in the same universe. It's kind of like that. The same feelings arise.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
The only question I have is if they're gonna keep that racist.
Oh, you mean that sub story with
those two kids?
With the two.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna keep that.
Okay. For those of you who are not familiar, there is a sub story in Yakuza 3 involving two of the orphans that Kiryu takes care of.
I don't know. If they choose to keep it in, that's going to be a decision. If they choose to take it out, that's also going to be a decision.
I could not imagine that if they were going to remake this game, they were going to include that shit in there. Like, they will probably change the whole sub-story or just straight out remove it. And I bet they're probably just going to remove it instead.
We'll see, because, I don't know. I feel like Japan has a different standard than the US, because in the US that shit probably wouldn't fly. But since it's going to be released in the US, they gotta like pander. So I don't know. We'll see where it's going to head.
I mean, if they end up doing different like versions or something like that, I can understand that. But I don't know if they would do something like that. Like the localization team would probably just end up changing some shit around, trying to make it not sound as bad as it was if they decide to put it all back in there the same way it was in the first time. Yeah, outright just like taking it out is probably the play. They actually put like a little disclaimer like this. We left everything the way it was. Remember when this game came out? Just remember when this game came out. Okay.
Oh, I know they're gonna put that in. This game was a product of its time. Speaking of popping out, I was about to pop out of the state of play because of how mid everything was. I mean, we saw. I keep fucking forgetting the game name. What was the first one we saw?
The very first one that we saw was Battlefield 6.
No, I mean the first one on the state of play. Saros. Yeah,
Saros.
We saw that and it was pretty cool. Run and gun shooter. It's also roguelite. It looks pretty cool. It looks really clean. A lot of good abilities showing off in the gameplay. The boss designs are pretty cool. It reminded me a lot of Dark Souls only because of the clips. But then like you had an issue with the filter in the beginning, which was just the orange filter, which I get it, but like that's probably just the one world. We'll probably like move on from there.
Yeah.
So we still got big hopes for that. I got big hopes for that. The voice acting sounds pretty on point for the world. We still don't know much about like the story. It seems like he's the main character is there to save somebody.
There's definitely a lot of core Returnal gameplay from what we saw in this new game that they're making. They're definitely putting as much as they can into this new game, and I'm fucking ready, dude. I'm gonna be struggling and yelling and just being overall frustrated, and it's gonna be my favorite game for like the next 2 months when it comes out. Returnal is such a good game, and it's definitely, I feel like, something that you're gonna want to put your hands on if you ever plan on touching Saros. Just due to the gameplay and the nature of roguelike and how they make it work for them.
Yeah, they keep mentioning Returnal inspired gameplay, and it really does look like it. The only difference is like you get like a first death kind of ability, which is like it just saves you when you die in the first run, so you can start off where you lost all your health and just continue on. So that's pretty nice. It made it for sure a lot easier to play.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a lot of frustration in Returnal.
Yeah, I mentioned this off record, but in Returnal, you do have the ability to basically have a second life, but it's not guaranteed. Obviously, you're gonna have to play the game, progress into the story where naturally you're coming across like they have like I guess like permanent items. You do certain things in the game and you unlock permanent items that you can find throughout your runs and stuff. One of those things happens to be like an astronaut. The doll is how you end up actually being able to basically have a second life in case you die. And there were some other things in there too that can also do that. But like I said, it's all generated. Like it's like if you get lucky enough in your run to find one or can buy one or whatever, then you're straight. But it looks like this time around, like you might end up just progressing enough of the game where they made that a permanent feature as a part of this person, like, or this character's kit. Basically, is that he has the ability to just come back to life by sheer willpower. I guess I don't know. It's fucking rad though.
I keep forgetting his name. The main character is Arjun Devraj.
Mr. Saros is what I'm calling him.
Mr. Saros, yeah, we'll say that's John Saros.
John Saros, bro.
Big ups to Raul Coley for the voice. He sounds phenomenal. I don't know what else we saw, man. I fucking forgot everything already.
They might end up doing a story mode for Battlefield 6. Something that was definitely not asked for or needed. I don't know why they bothered showing that, but there we were. We did see one game, and I'm excited for it. It was called Chronos.
Oh, that book one. Chronoscript, the endless end.
The endless end, right?
Yeah, it's a cool little side scroller. It looks like a Metroidvania. The gimmick is you're in a book, and you have to not only dodge things that are in the pages, but the actual physical things, like we saw the character dodging a bunch of rats just crawling on the book. It looked like there were like splotches of ink like dripped on the page, and that just deleted entire like landscapes in the pages, which was pretty cool. It looked like a void out from Death Stranding.
We can also see the character moving through like, all like the ink splotches that were like spilled and stuff. It really reminds me of like games like Little Nightmares, where like you could take an idea like a side scrolling platform, and then with the way that you're doing the environment, it's almost like you include the environment as part of the gameplay, other than obviously the base stuff. If that kind of makes sense, like being able to like have the outline Metrovania of like, okay, these rooms are going to connect here. We have like the whole map essentially. And then it just like, as it pans out in that trailer, we see like it's all outlined like books placed together side by side, followed by like ink splotches and like other sorts of things like on that little table there. And it just looks so captivating to me. The idea of being able to play a Metroidvania that quite literally takes like page flipping and book turning and like all sorts of shit, and just kind of making that like an actual element within the game, like having to navigate and get around. To me, it's like on the same par as if we take a Castlevania game, coming from like Super Castlevania or Castlevania 3 and then going into Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night is like basically the first Castlevania game where you're going to go around and explore stuff, right? Like in the normal fashion that you can do that now in Castlevania. But all the other ones were just side-scrolling platforms, level per level, doing whatever until you get to the end and then go to the boss in the next level. This takes that idea and like amplifies it, I think, because in Symphony of the Night, right, like if you wanted to go from one place to another in the castle, and obviously we weren't going to have the player just go from where they just were, backtrack all the way, they invented like the elevators, right? So you can just transport to one area to the next, just depending on where you find the transporters. But I like to think that this is probably going to go beyond that. If we're in this game, I like to imagine that there are probably going to be components of the level or levels that we probably won't be able to backtrack to, just based off of how we're going to be interacting with the outside environment, apart from what's going on inside the level, like what you were talking about with the rats. right? Like, what else is going to be externally like trying to assault us as if we're going from one end of the room to the other,
Yep.
right? Like, is there going to be ink splotches or rats or some sort of like I really didn't know what other kind of like enemies and stuff like that they had in the game, but I'm just imagining anything. Like, there's probably going to be a giant person just picking up books at some point, just closing shit. You know, like, that's scary, I guess. But just stuff like that seems kind of cool to me. Yeah, so Chronoscript is definitely a game I'm going to be looking out for.
I don't know. There wasn't much. You guys are more excited than me about Neo 3.
Yeah, honestly, there were only, all in all, based off what we saw, there was probably like 3 or 4 good things to talk about, right? Neo 3 was definitely one of them, at least in my book. We get to see a little bit of like essentially what the story is for Neo 3, the characters, and it looks all right. It still looks like Neo. Nothing really changes on that front. So whatever kind of story it is, you know, I'm here for it. I'm excited. It's probably not going to blow my mind. Leave that reservation up for Neo 2. I think that one did the best job with the continuation to the story, as well as just kind of tying up loose ends and stuff like that. The DLCs were okay. The DLCs were really a lot to be desired, but I guess you can't really win them all. Yeah, apart from Neo 3, really like Wolverine was pretty much like the one trailer that ended up kind of making it worth my time a little bit just for tuning in. That Wolverine trailer is nut. It doesn't look like an open world game from what I saw. It looks like it's probably going to be level based, you know, making his way from one end of the campaign to the other.
Yeah, Wolverine really, I think, took the show. Very gory. Did he sound Australian to you?
No, he did not sound Australian.
We were watching a streamer say like he should be an Albertan accent since he's from Canada, and I'm like, it really does make sense though, because every time they kept making him sound like not Canadian. The streamer, not us. The streamer said he should sound like a hick from like Minnesota.
I don't even think he said bub not one time.
Nah. Again, like disappointing, but the gameplay looked pretty awesome. Pretty sure there's gonna be some kind of finisher mechanic. Because it seemed like there's a lot of times where he's just sticking his claws in somebody's face. And that was cool. A lot of blood. Very visceral. It's kind of what we wanted in the Wolverine world. Made by Insomniac, people who made the Spider-Man games. So already it's going to be different with the amount of gore and shit. You know, we'll see. Because same thing with like the Spider-Man games, there'll probably be like, oh, there's some stuff happening over here. Do you want to go take care of it? Or do you want to just go get hammered at the bar and forget everything again? I'm Wolverine. I'm no hero.
I am Diamond 1.
I'm waiting for that. That's going to be pretty cool. I don't know. If you like Deus Ex, you'll get a remastered. Fucking wait for that shit.
Oh, yeah. To all the late 30 to 40-year-olds who couldn't get enough of fucking Deus Ex, fucking grit your teeth.
Deus Mid. I'm sorry, man. I don't...
The episode is going to be called State of Mid.
I wanted
just mid everything.
I wanted something from Kojima. Honestly, dude. Fuck, man.
So didn't you get that yesterday?
Yeah, but I wanted to see it again.
Well, fuck. I didn't see anything about that, so I will let you talk about that.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. We got a trailer for OD. It looked so clean for a second. I thought it was real life. It really gave some PT vibes in the beginning. You know, you're walking through a hallway and then you open a door to like some kind of shrine. And then that's like when the hands came out, I'm like, oh, okay, there you go. That's what it looks. That's the gameplay, all right. Very kind of like
be the successor to PT, right?
I don't know. Somebody in the comments said, I can't wait for the villain to be called Demon Man. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is like they put in some lore, but a lot of the stuff was redacted and straight up Kojima fashion to keep you in secrecy and curiosity. The only thing you need is to know is horror. It looked pretty clean, pretty cool. I just can't wait to like try to play the demo and then be scared and watch somebody else play it. Like as soon as I saw finish the trailer, I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to play this, dude, because it's Kojima, man. I have to actually like give it a try. The thing that reminded me of PT is there's like so in the shrine, right? There's a picture of an eye and like the more the trailer goes on, the eye starts moving, like in like the paintings when you're
Like that one right there on the window.
yeah, like you're about to what you remember when you were about to or you're close to finishing PT when everything turns red and freaky.
Yeah.
And the eyes start moving around and shit. Like, look, it has that vibe to it where it's just like, oh, that's pretty wild. So you're seeing like one of the mechanics of the gameplay is, I guess, lighting these matches because I don't know that I'm still kind of I'm waiting to see where it's gonna end up.
The eyes closed.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So
Is there supposed to be? Okay.
yeah, I think it's gonna be first person, but who knows? I'm still sort of like up in the air of what's really happening. I just know that it's very unsettling. I have this on mute right now, but if you get a chance, listen to it because it's really the sound design is actually pretty good too. It gives you very little.
I'm okay with watching just that shit on mute. That looks scary as fuck.
Oh, and then was it Fizzent or was it OD?
The other one, right?
Yeah.
It's like the mosquito or whatever.
Oh, and then there's the Death Stranding anime, Mosquito. The working title is Mosquito, but honestly, they should keep it because the main character, I think the main character, or he could be the villain, who knows? But I don't know if he's a repatriate. So a repatriate is somebody who's pretty much immortal. Like they die and then they enter this limbo called the seam. You pretty much like swim to your body and then you get brought back to life. So that's how it started out with. This dude just is in the water and then he swims back towards a body. So I'm guessing he's a repatriate. That's his body. There's a cool ass fucking chiral creature dog. I think it's gonna be centered around porters. I don't know, man. We just saw some pretty sweet combat. Very kind of Death Stranding like because it's the punches and kicks thrown are very like they remind me of the gameplay, the combat gameplay in Death Stranding. One hit brutal fucking attacks. That's why they call him Mosquito because he has like the fucking some kind of tar substance in his mouth that comes out. That's all we got from that. We just got a cool fight scene. Yeah, and then they're about to kiss. No, but yeah, can't wait for that. That's gonna be cool. Me and Danny are hyped. It's very Death Stranding. I don't know, man. There's timefall. It seems like he's not. Are they outside while it's raining? No, they're like in a cave.
Yeah, in a cave.
It seems like this guy might be immune to timefall.
Well, he's got like.
Yeah, he has the hood on.
He's got that shit stuck to his face.
No, no, he went in the cave, so it seems like he might be some kind of human BT tar hybrid thing. I like his hair. Yeah, dude, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. What the fuck is that thing? It just goes back in his mouth and he retracts it and then he brings it out. But the fact that it's going to be based around porters, the unsung heroes of Death Stranding, I can't wait. That's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see what they're going to bring up. Kojima on his Instagram posted a couple of people. What's his name? The Korean actor, Ma Dong-seok, fucking the Golden Fist in Death Stranding 2. He's gonna be in yeah. Okay, so he introduced 3 of the characters in his new game, another new game, Fizzent. So there's still some stuff gonna happen on that. Metal Gear successor. Yeah, Mad Dong-seok. What's her name? Charlie Fraser. You know who that is? Everybody knows her.
Charlie.
Right?
I do now, yeah.
Oh, that's why. Because he fucking posted about Furiosa for a while there. Yep, that's Mr. Kojima. So he got her in there, and then he got Minami Hamabe. You know her, right? Yeah, you know her. The Kakegurui live action, Godzilla -1, Shin Kamen Rider. I think that's about it. That's all about it. We saw the cover art come out, which is pretty cool too. I don't know, man. That's all I got for that, honestly, because I was just hyped that Ma Dong-seok was gonna be in it. We might be getting some more soon, some more on that. OD and Mosquito pretty much took the hype for me. Fizzent is still kind of like underwater right now, but we're getting there. It'll be hype nonetheless. Can't wait for another non-Metal Gear game. I hope that I know it's probably the wrong place for that, but I hope there's some kind of silly humor in this because I fucking love Del Toro's character in Death Stranding. There are some funny moments, and knowing, man, I hope there's some comic relief in the midst of all this like trauma and shit.
Nothing too pertinent. Just a couple things that I saw that I thought were pretty awesome. There's a new anime. It's called Ganglion. It's essentially about a henchman, kind of like older middle-aged man, and he happens to be a henchman for this bad guy. He spends a lot of his time just pretty much getting his ass kicked, but he still basically like needs to go home to his wife and his kid and still like be an actual member of society. So like you get to see all of like this working drama for this guy who's supposed to be a henchman, like get up with the rest of the business and salarymen and like do his fucking job. It's so weird, but it's so interesting too.
I always like these kinds of anime where it's just about some rando.
Right, yeah, like in a world where there's a Superman and whatever supervillain, and like neither the story doesn't revolve around neither of them, just some weird random NPC, right? Just some average dude, and that's fucking cool. I always like to think that like when it comes to these kind of like, I don't want to say it's surreal, but it's supposed to be like a slice of life type drama. I feel like there's not really any shonen to this because there are no powers. It's just guys in spandex suits just being shitheads. It's one of the animes that I saw. It's coming out soon. Next thing that I saw, not really newsworthy, but I thought it was pretty funny. Do you know of the game company called Treyarch?
Yes, I remember them.
Zombies and Black Ops. The co-founder...
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
His name is Peter Ackman. One thing that I had found out about Treyarch is he's basically going to federal, or he was sentenced to federal prison. I'm not sure if he'll actually be completing a sentence while he's in prison or if he's going to have any sort of deal. But essentially, what ended up happening was during the fires, the Los Angeles fires, the Palisades fires. Remember that? He had a drone, and he was taking his drone to go basically look through the neighborhood. And I think at one point while he was doing that, he flew his drone into a firefighting aircraft, one of the aircrafts that were going around putting out the fires, and his drone ended up hitting the aircraft. The damage was extensive to the point where the aircraft actually was out of commission. So... they ended up catching him, and I don't even think he was like trying to hide it or anything. He pretty much just immediately pleaded guilty, and then they just ended up so he got sentenced up to 14 days in federal prison, followed by 30 days of home arrest. So all in all, he's just going to end up doing 2 weeks in federal prison, 30 days of home probation at home, and then having to pay a fine. I think the fine is like upwards of $156,000 or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty penny. Now that might be a lot older than from the time that I actually saw this, but yeah, I just thought that was cool. We talked about this a little while back. There is a new, it's not really new at this point, but there was a new series that was released from the mangaka who made Full Metal Alchemist. She made a new series. Again, I say new, but it actually came out a little while back. It's called Yomi no Sugai. Just recently, within the past week or two, finally got some key visuals for the anime that they're releasing for it. So we get to see what the anime is going to look like. It looks really rad. The characters are still totally based, like, still the same design as Full Metal Alchemist, which I guess is, to be expected at this point, but I just wasn't expecting him to also be blonde.
Cool. You read the manga?
I did not. I will keep it a secret. I'll keep it on the DL until it comes out. I think I'm just gonna like it for what it is. I haven't really been too interested in like reading the manga when I find a show that I like these days. I think before it was more of a compulsion to really just know how the story was gonna play out, rather than just being patient and just enjoying like that space. Basically, I got so burnt out on One Piece, having to wait week after week after week after week after week, that I was just like finally up to the point where I'm just gonna be like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna start reading all these things.
Tell me about it.
I think even that I got burnt off of. So now I'm really at a point where I just have patience. Like somehow it just came back to me, and I'm okay with waiting like week to week for like a new episode of a show to come out or something. I also mentioned this before, but I'm just watching a lot of stuff in dub. So it's a lot easier for me to just be like, I could watch this next episode in sub because it's available for me right now, but I don't want to pay attention to the bottom of the screen, so I'm just going to wait. Like I said, I have a bit of patience, and then sometimes I don't have any patience for, like, I guess when I want to, like, focus, it'd be easier for me to listen in the background since it's my native tongue.
I'm doing that with Apothecary Diaries. I started watching that.
Oh, that's such
it's
a good
actually
show, dude.
pretty good. It's actually, I would say it's peak, like, mystery.
That show has so much hype,
It's
dude.
so good.
I'm all
it's
into
actually
that
really
show.
good. Yeah, I've been listening to it. I haven't been watching it subtitled. That I feel that because I'm usually doing something else while I'm listening to it. I'm still watching Gintama as well. So those two are like the only ones I've been pretty much putting my time in.
Nice. How far are you with Gintama?
I just met Kagura's dad, or we got past that arc.
I love that old guy.
Yeah, he's actually pretty cool too. But like I'm waiting for the brother arc to come in.
When they go to the red light district, that's what that arc is.
Yeah, it's still a bunch of like gags and goofs and shit like that, but I'm having a good time with it. I saw a glimpse of the realness that can be it, so I'm like this pretty good. This is pretty good. Only a glimpse though. It's not like fully like I'm fully invested. I just know when it's like a couple of episodes on the same like I guess arc. That's when I know it's probably gonna be a banger somewhat.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime that they mention, I forgot what they call him, like the white Yashka or something like that. Every time, like he always meets somebody from the past or somebody he sees from the war or something like that, it's always about to go down. Like he's just like at the ready with his sword. I will tell you this: I know that you're like basically committed to watching at your pace, and I wouldn't change anything about that. There are some episodes like during the non sequitur. I won't even say that they're important, but I just think that they have a real amount of lore, whether they're like factual or not. One episode I can remember, I'm not sure if it had passed yet, but it's an episode that goes into how he got his sword, the wooden sword, the one that says Lake Toya on it.
Didn't he buy it off of a fucking infomercial?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I remember from that non sequitur that, like everyone talks about like how he got that sword and how it's like it's unbreakable basically, right?
Wizard.
So he's just like, oh man, yeah, he got it from a wizard or some shit, right? And it's just like, oh, it'll be my little secret forever. And he's just got 5 of those bitches like in his closet, like right next to the fucking umbrella. It's dude, they're just this shit is so funny to me, man. It's always been funny to me. I don't have the attention span to do 2 things at once, but if I really, really like felt it, I would just go back and just sit through watching an episode at a time. I don't know if I would ever hear it in English, so that might be a little
yeah. I'm keeping it in Japanese.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that new show that we talked about a while back, the Professor Gintama show.
Teach me Ginpachi Sensei.
Yeah, teach us Ginpachi Sensei. Hell yeah. I beat Borderlands. That was fun.
Oh, did you?
There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. Even after you beat the game, I can't technically say there's a loop because I haven't really gotten to the loop part. Once you beat the game, it's just pretty much finish side quests, do collectibles, all that other stuff, start a new character. There are difficulty modifiers. This time around, and I say this time around because I don't remember this happening in the other games. In order for you to progress into the harder difficulties, you would need to complete certain challenges that they present to you. Beat a certain boss, do it under this difficulty, do this mission. But in all honesty, I feel like all of these challenges definitely have their degree of difficulty to them. Like the game will really ramp up on you once you get to, I want to say like the end point of the game. It could be a lot. And there are definitely times where you'd be like, okay, you definitely want to do this activity with more than one person. Yeah, I would say all in all, I'm still having a good time. I'm just kind of going through it, doing my collectible hunting, my trophy hunting. I'm gonna be looking forward to whatever DLC is gonna be coming out for this. But my immediate attention, as soon, actually by this Friday, as of this recording, is He's gonna go back into Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
For the Final Fantasy 14 collaboration that they're doing. So that's gonna be fun because we're gonna get to fight Omega. I think it's called Omega Planets.
Planetus. I'm already getting like pre pissed off because I know I feel like there's gonna be a lot of the moves he's gonna have is gonna be just ridiculous.
It's not even Monster Hunter anymore. I don't know if you've actually seen the thing that I sent you earlier.
I haven't. Yeah, that bullshit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my, and it could just summon. Man, you are right. What the fuck is happening, dude? This is just straight up these weapons, man. I wonder what these weapons are gonna be. Arc Temper, New Udra.
Oh, and we're getting our first Elder Dragon.
Oh no shit.
In Title Update 4.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, here it is, right here.
Gogmazios. Have you come across one in your Monster Hunter career?
This guy is from Monster Hunter 4, which I did not play this one.
He looks toxic. Honestly, he looks like a BT. He comes out of tar like one.
This little thing right here, doesn't it look like the creeper from Minecraft? Everybody was from what I saw on fucking Instagram, because I was just kind of looking for this on Reddit, but they were making like that face.
Oh.
It's this face. It's supposed to be his face. And I saw that shit, dude. It just made me crack up so badly.
Man, it just made me realize we haven't even hit the end game yet for Monster Hunter. Because they're just putting in all the hard shit in already.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially with the rank 9 stuff that came out. Our good mutual friend, we've been playing Monster Hunter with him. Not really since the beginning, but pretty much after it came out. He is rank 500 something from the last time he told me. Right. He was explaining that he was getting ready for this upcoming collaboration, the Omega collaboration, as well as trying to farm a lot of the decos that came out for rank 9. Not decos, but
the talismans.
What are those called? The charms? Yeah. I don't know, man. I definitely fell off, but only because Borderlands and some other games were coming out. So I do need to get my attention back onto this. Hopefully I can put some time in for that this weekend before the collab starts on Friday.
Oh, is the hunter rank increased?
The hunter rank is still 999. We're not going to get an increase
for the missions. I mean, like, you know how you can be.
So the requirement for this mission coming out for the Omega mission is going to be 41.
Okay, that's nice. That's good.
I don't think it's going to really ever go past 50 because 50 is pretty much the end game. The situation, as to my understanding, is if they were going to make you do any event stuff, it's going to be before you hit rank 50. The only exception is going to be arc tempered quests because you have to be over 50 to do those quests.
Okay, that's good to know. So if we just pop back in, we could just hop right back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're like 300 something, of course. We've spent a lot of time on it. Yeah, for sure. No, they wouldn't do you dirty like that. So yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to the new Monster Hunter update that's dropping this Friday. Was there ever a game or a movie that you wanted to see, but only after like the director's cut or Game of the Year edition had came out?
I got Death Stranding on the mind. I definitely waited until director's cut came out so I can experience everything together. I don't know. I don't really know what changed. Just in case I would see a change or there would be a change, I would. Pretty sure Danny knows what it is, but yeah, just Death Stranding, and I downloaded Ghost of Tsushima Director's Edition, or what was it?
Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut.
Yeah, director's cut, just so I can like see what's up with that. The thing with Death Stranding though is I don't think I ever did the Metal Gear level, where like you go pretty much into like one of the warehouses of Shadow Moses and you have to sneak. I think they did something like that for the first Death Stranding, but I never got around to actually find out where it is. But yeah, I mean, there's just those two for sure. I've just been trying to get my hands at least on one of them. The other one I did, and I had a great time with it, so that's what drove me to buy 2. Honestly, not really wait for the director's cut for Death Stranding 2. Will I get it? No. This game is huge enough already for me to actually like see with that kind of stuff. You kind of have to wait. Like he said, you gotta wait if you want to like experience like everything together. I'm pretty sure there are some other ones.
I don't exactly subscribe to the idea of playing something like as a director's cut or something like that, because I didn't want it to be buggy or not broken, right? But more or less, I just wanted to play in its entirety. I wanted to just play the whole thing, and now I can do that at a bundle, right? At whatever cost they were going to charge me for that. I don't know. I don't think that idea has ever came across my mind for like a movie's sake. Like, I don't ever think that there was a movie that I saw that I didn't enjoy and be like, man, I can't wait to see the director's cut of that so I can see a different ending.
Yeah, there's a couple. I don't know if it's director's. Yeah, I guess it is director's cut. The fucking fuck. What the fuck was it called? It's the fucking DC movie.
Oh, you're talking about the Justice League movie, the 4-hour one?
Yeah, the Snyder cut. Right? That's the one. Yeah, it wasn't that much better than the fucking first one, but it did bring in a lot of scenes that honestly should have been in the movie. And honestly, the extended cut of Lord of the Rings, of anything, you know, that's a mandatory watch.
I haven't seen that movie.
If you ever watch it, watch the extended cut, all right? If you and then just put aside whatever you had for the rest of the day, because it will take that long.
Yeah, I was told that to watch the entirety of Lord of the Rings would take the entire day.
Yeah, literally. Like, there's got to be a day where we just like cut the day off, DoorDash food, and then just watch that shit.
I'm super down, man. I've always been the type of person that's just, at least when it comes to Lord of the Rings, I've wanted to be the type of person that would have seen that movie, right? Or at least say I've seen it. Other movies I'm okay with missing. It's whatever. But I mean, a whole classic like the Lord of the Rings, I definitely want to at least give it a try at one point in my life and be like, okay, at least I know what this is about now.
There you have it. There goes another episode. If you have any questions, comments, or you just want to talk some smack, go ahead and hit the line, unversedpodcast@gmail.com, and then we'll talk about it on here. Thank you, Mark, as always, for listening and asking us these questions.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Tune in next time when we talk about Danny's absence.